Thank you, Chrissy. Thank you, Chrissy. Good afternoon. Sarytogan graphite is disrupting graphite anode supply. And the reason I say that is we have the world's highest grade graphite deposit and the world's second largest graphite deposit. Those two attributes give us the benefits of very low mining costs. We're able to take those very low mining costs, and we've actually been able to demonstrate that not only are we very low mining costs, but we're also ultra high quality. We've managed to achieve 5 nines purity, 99.9992% graphite or carbon, which is actually many times purer, about 50 times purer than the specification required for batteries. It's opened the door for other advanced industrial uses for us to explore. We've made uncoated spherical graphite, and just 3 weeks ago we made our first lithium-ion batteries using our graphite from Kazakhstan, and pleased to report that the performance of those batteries was superior to the current synthetic graphite used in lithium-ion batteries. Our project's in Kazakhstan, and I'll tell you about Kazakhstan. It's a fabulous jurisdiction for mining, and we're very pleased to be up there operating. As Chrissy mentioned, our pre-feasibility study is due in about 3 months' time in Q3, and that will quantify what we believe will be pretty outstanding economics for this unicorn project. So of course it all starts in the ground with the resource, and we've drilled this out to an indicated mineral resource. As I mentioned, world's highest grade, world's second largest. What makes our project different and special is of course the geology, and it's been formed by contact metamorphism rather than regional metamorphism. The pink granite has come in there and cooked up our graphite, but just cooked it up to the Goldilocks zone, where we've managed to get the very high grades, but importantly, our flake size has stayed microcrystalline. If you go back 5 years ago in the graphite industry, it was all about flake size. Everybody wanted jumbo flakes because they have uses in industrial uses and achieve a small premium. But if you want to get into batteries, you've actually got to go the other way, and you've got to go ultra fine, and that's exactly what we've got. Now this slide is about mining economics 101, and we say in mining grade is king, and when you're the world's highest grade, that gives you a tremendous head start in your mining operations. These two cross sections here are cross sections of mining pits, and the pit at the top there is pit A, which is perhaps a typical graphite mine with a grade of say 10% carbon. But to get that ore out, you need to move the purple material, which is waste rock, at about a 3:1 strip ratio. The other mine, mine B there, higher grade and almost no waste to move to get to the black high grade graphite. So it actually turns out if you're triple the grade and a fraction of the strip ratio, that has a multiplying effect, and the net effect of that is our mining costs per tonne of product will be about 1/10 of that typical mine. So what do we plan to do? We plan to build our graphite mine in Kazakhstan. Now as Aussies, we've got a track record of building big mines. We love building big mines, that's what we do. But we're actually going to take a different approach with this opportunity. Despite having such a large ore body, we're actually going as small as we can, which is difficult to do. When your grade is so high, there's only so small you can make the project. But we're going to make about 50,000 tonnes of graphite concentrate each year, and we're going to send those graphite tonnes into 3 different markets. Initially, a lower value product for industrial uses, for things like steel refractories, for rubbers, for brake linings, for greases and lubricants. So that's one product we'll make. We then go through thermal purification to get it up to those tremendous high grades of 99.999, and then we spheroidise it. The spheres go into the batteries, and that will achieve a premium price, and that's the big growth market. But the really exciting thing is because our fines are so high grade, we can push that material into advanced industrial uses. It'll have a use on the cathode side of the battery, and now that we've achieved that 5 nines purity, it also opens up the nuclear opportunity for our project. But batteries, of course, are the big growth market, and that's what investors are excited about, and that's what we're excited about at Sarytogan. We have made our first lithium-ion batteries just 3 weeks ago, and we demonstrated the performance of those batteries to be, in fact, superior to the synthetic graphite, which is the present incumbent going into your electric vehicle batteries as we speak. We've got more battery testing to come, which will be exciting. We're moving from what they call uncoated spherical graphite to coated spherical graphite, which will improve the performance even further. Now, turning to the market. The market, of course, in electric vehicles has been very exciting, and there's been a lot of strong growth. And I guess from an investor context, there was a bit of a bump in the road last year with lithium prices and the like. But this slide is to illustrate that the fundamentals are still exceptionally strong. This is actual data, month in, month out, electric vehicle sales globally continuing to grow at about 37% year on year. And of course, anode production growing in a corresponding fashion. In your electric vehicle, of course, you need graphite. Graphite is the anode in the electric vehicle. In all batteries, it always has been, it always will be. And regardless of your battery chemistry, you always need your graphite. Furthermore, if you're looking to reduce the CO2 footprint of the battery, you need to have target graphite as the best opportunity to get your CO2 footprint down in building that battery. And the way to do that is to move from synthetic graphite to natural graphite. Go back a few years ago, it was around about a 40-60 split between natural graphite and synthetic graphite. Last year, with the big tonnage requirements for electric vehicles, we actually had to turn on a whole bunch of synthetic capacity in China. And that does the job, but it comes at a cost. It's more expensive, requires huge amount of energy, heating this material up to 3,000 degrees, holding it there for 3 days, letting it cool down for 3 weeks. Huge amounts of energy, and of course, with energy comes CO2 footprint. Additionally, the performance is inferior to natural graphite, and we've demonstrated our material to be better performing. So many forecasters believe there will be a shift back from synthetic graphite back to natural, and what that offers us the opportunity is to capture a bigger slice of a growing pie. Benchmark Mineral Intelligence say that that market is growing such that it's going to go from 1 million tonnes per annum to 7 million tonnes per annum by 2035. To do that, the world will need 97 new graphite mines. As I mentioned, we're building a small mine in the context of our ore body, which will be one of those mines at about 50,000 tonnes. But given the size of our resource, we can build many of those mines. So with success on the first mine, we can expand and expand and expand. Geopolitically, it's a really interesting space. The EU battery passport, driving that green behaviour, motivating change. Every battery will have a passport. You'll be able to tell where your raw material came from. China dominates graphite, and of course we offer an alternative to that. Our project is in Kazakhstan, located right in the heart of the continent there, and we can send our graphite anywhere. As I mentioned, China has their own graphite, but we will be looking to face Europe as our potential customer. We're not the only people up there. It's a wonderful place to go mining, a great mining jurisdiction. The world's biggest uranium producer, number 12 in mining, number 13 in oil and gas. Power costs are going to be a big part of what we do with thermal purification. In fact, in Kazakhstan, 4 cents per kilowatt is the power cost. That is going to give us a tremendous competitive advantage. All of that is feeding into our work program. And as I mentioned right at the start, we are going to land our pre-feasibility study in about 3 months' time in Q3 to turn all of my rhetoric into numbers, and you'll be able to see these financial returns for yourself. High revenue, low costs, and that pre-feasibility study will demonstrate those numbers in a few short months. Sarytogan Graphite, ASX, SGA. Thank you. Thanks, Chris.